Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to our 7th gathering to prepare ourselves for the gathering in February 2022. So I wanted to share you with that this time for sure, this is the last week for FIRE group to be filled. This is the last week in which you can be part of the FIRE group if you want to join, because Egypt is not like an easy country where you just can go and arrive and nothing happens. When you are coming for an event or for a big group of people that is organized, you cannot just arrive without sending the passport and asking the permission to the touristic police. So in order for everything to go fine, to have all the permissions to make the gathering, we need like 2 weeks prior to our gatherings to present every passport and every flight for the people coming to the event. So it's very complicated, very difficult, and that's why we need these 2 weeks to prepare all the paperwork for that. That's why this is the last week to be part of the FIRE group if you want to join. Sunday 23rd, you are not going to be able to subscribe anymore for the FIRE group. That would be closed for sure. This for you all to have this in mind. So first of all, what we have to have in mind is the difference between an activation and a meditation. Vamos a esto. Okay, first thing to understand is that meditation is to go to the middle. Okay? It's to go to the middle. I don't know how to spell middle. I just forgot. So middle. So you go within, you go to the middle. Is the action of going to the middle. And activation is to take action, basically. So to act, to move. So to move, that would be activation, okay? Which is, instead of going within, you go outside. You go outside. So this is the basic explanation of the difference between meditation and activation. So this gathering won't be for meditation. We are not going there to meditate. We are going there to activate. That's the very important difference. Okay, meditation is all the process that we are doing before, that we are trying to integrate, to understand, to feel how I resound, to relate to the note that I will be. So meditation is to try to locate myself in my own center, so then I can go and activate what I have within. So the process of meditation would be to think about yourself, to pay attention to your inner resoundings, to how you resonate with things, how you integrate things, to know how to position yourself in all this information. What is your place? How to become that? And then it comes the activation. What would be the activation? Is to take all the things that you have integrated within into the outside. So it's to take action regarding what you have within. Okay? Take that you have inside and put it away, outside, for others. So what do we need in order for this to happen, for the meditation to become an activation? what we need is the alignment. In order for the meditation to become activation, we need alignment. What would be alignment? To find an axis, your own axis, okay? So the basic understanding of this would be that, for example, we have the Earth. This is the planet, okay? And the planet, in order to exist, needs to relate all its energy, its strength, towards the core. So the core, the middle, needs to be located in order for the Earth to exist. And then you need an alignment, which is your axis, with a north and a south, so you can locate in which direction you are gonna move, which is the activation. Okay? So this is the 3 lines of process. We do meditation, we find a line, our alignment, and then we put that into activation. So what was the process of meditation? For most of us, the process of meditation has been the entire year of the I Am, where we have been going through all the different aspects of reality that are outside to relate it with the process that is within, which is the I Am. So we took topics of society, biology, dimensions, universe, all the different topics that you could think about. We try to understand all that related to our inner core, which is the I Am. So basically, that is the process of meditation. It's important to understand this too, that the meditation is not just to sit like this in this position and say Om and be in silence. Okay, that's a way of meditation, but it's not what defines meditation. Okay, it's important to understand this difference, because the meditation that we usually know, or we usually relate with what is meditation, is related to a culture that comes from a specific spot in the planet called India. Okay, India has designed a way of meditation that has been popularized through the Americas when the gurus went out from India and they arrived to the States. So that made the idea that in the entire world, meditation is should be done in the way in which Indian people do it. But it's not like that. It's just a cultural way of doing a meditation, but it doesn't define meditation. For example, for the philosophers in Greece, the way of meditation is the doubt, the question, doing questions about studying. When you study all the time, but not because you want to have knowledge, but because you want to recognize yourself in the study. So that's another way of meditation, when you take the knowledge and try to relate it with yourself by study, by questioning. So in the Jew tradition and in the Latin and Greek traditions, the philosophers were meditating through the questions, bringing a question behind one another, all the time questioning things. That's another way of meditation. There's another way of meditation, which is the repeat of a sentence, a word, which is to repeat a mantra that we call praying. Okay, prayer is another way of meditation. The main philosophies like the Christianism, the Islam, the Judaism, and the Buddhism, they have this way of meditation, which is by counting the rosary or the Shapa, I don't remember the name, that they count. So when you're praying the Holy Father or the rosary or the Islamic counting, that I remember the name, the Buddhism, all the things that are repetitive, that's another way of meditation inside a religion, okay, which is called prayer. Mala. So also you have the mala, in the Buddhist. Another way of meditation could be like the African and the Native Americans usually do, which is doing circles, dancing with drums around the fire, singing the same song, and all moving around. So these circular dances are also another way of meditation. Another way of meditation is the art, by painting, creating music, something that has you so focused that you can come inside yourself and understand yourself. Another way of meditation could be how do you say, not eating? I forgot the word in English, when you don't eat, when you make this purge and you start to move all the emotions, and you start to see, to feel what is happening to your body. Fasting, thank you. Fasting, so you are doing fasting. That's another way of meditation regarding your physical body. Other ways of meditation could be like just cooking or cleaning the house. That's another way, if you just concentrate yourself only into that. Another way could be like the Asian way of doing meditation, which is like yoga, tai chi, qigong, and all this kind of activities that concentrate yourself in your body. Another way of meditation, temazcal, ayahuasca. As you see, there are many ways of meditation. So all of them has one specific key that is for yourself. Meditation is to understand how the external can be understood in the internal, how you can relate yourself from within, how can you find the truth within. That's meditation, okay? To find your own center. I encourage you to look for that. And the only key that you have to have in mind in order to really do a meditation is to think that is for your own self, not doing it with others or for others, is doing it for your own self, and that you are doing this in order to integrate what is outside and understand everything from within. Okay, it's to find your center in all of this. So for example, for myself, I have reached huge states of meditation in an electronic party with music, electro music, than doing this. So this is the task that I will give to all of you in these next weeks, to look for your own way of meditation. Try to think about what is that thing that helps you to be yourself. Maybe painting, maybe dancing, whatever. Just find out your own way. Try to think not about what you like the most, about what really centers you and makes you think about yourself all the time, to go within. Yeah, and practice that before you go to Egypt. So what is the alignment? Is to find this. Do you remember that a video this week, I called this one up the am, and this one down the I? Yo soy, I am. So having this in mind, we will call the I as the south and the am as the north. So the lower self and the higher self. The lower self is ego, and the higher self is sum. Ego sum in Latin means I am. So your ego and your essence. We will call the essence the north and the ego the south. What is the ego? It's all the background that we have, that we bring with us, that makes us be what we are. And then we have the essence in the north, which is the higher self, where we are heading to, what we are willing to do. Okay? We can position that the south is what we already are, and the north is what I am willing to become. Now we can do two things. The first one would be to locate the south. And to locate the south is a very easy task that we call to know yourself. So the question for the south is, who am I? Easy question, isn't it? So you have to figure out everything that you have done in your past, your history, your emotions. Why do you feel what you feel? Why you are like you are? Why do you act like you act? What is your family history? Where you come from? Why you are here? All the questions that makes you be what you are. Okay, so easy question that will take a whole life to think about it. Okay, to know yourself, it will take a long time. And then we have the north. The north is all what you aim to do, your goals in life, what you want to become, your wishes, your desires, your projects, everything that you are projecting into the future that you are willing to become. That's the north. So when you locate what you are and you have been to the future of, and the future, what you are willing to, so you can find your line, your alignment. The second way, the second thing that you can do to locate it easier is by your astrological chart. With astrology, you have the south, the southern node and the northern node. So when you find that, you can figure out in a huge way of thinking where you come from, and of course where you're heading to. For example, my south node is Libra and my north node is Aries, meaning that Libra teach me about who I am and where I come from, and Aries is telling me where to go and which energy I have to use in order to move. Okay, so finding that can also give you an idea of what is your line in this life. So you just have to do your astrological chart in any app or asking any astrologer, and you will have it. Okay, so you just can look in the internet how to know my north and south node in the astrological chart, and you will find out many ways to do it. This is not related with the rising sign. This is north and south in the chart. Nothing related to that. Of course, that you have to work with both. It's not that if you look into the internet, you will already know everything. No, you have to work your whole life to understand where you come from so you can know where you're heading to. That's for sure. But that will take all your life to understand that. And in the internet, south and north, you will find it in 5 minutes. So it's an easier way to locate your south and north, but it doesn't mean that will give you all the answers. Okay, so it's just a guidance. So important thing to know about the alignment. An alignment is related to this that we have done the entire year of the I Am, which is to be coherent. To be coherent is one of the most difficult things in the life, and maybe you will take your whole life to do, but that's the only way you can really be aligned. It's a very different thing what it is to make a therapy for alignment, to align your chakras, for example, which is a preparation to find the axis. But in order to really be aligned, you have to have coherence. Coherence is the word that we have said along the whole year of the I Am, because it's the key for you to be aligned. What is coherence? Is to be congruent in what you do, what you feel, and what you think. What you do, what you feel, what you think. If those three things are aligned to one another, they are congruent to one another, that's to be aligned. That's when you live in your axis. Otherwise, you are not in your axis, even if you are doing therapy for chakra alignments. Okay, that's just repairing a part of your axis, but it's not the complete thing. So remember that it's a really hard work, but the only real alignment is when you ask yourself constantly if you are coherent between what you do, what you feel, and what you think. Hmm? So what I just said is that during the whole year of the I am, we have been doing alignments every day. And some people mistake the alignment with the meditation. The alignment was not the moment in which in every one of our gatherings, we just sat down and do like this to integrate. That was the meditation that we did every day. The alignment was the whole process that help us to understand if we are coherent or not in each one of the topics. Okay, so that is the alignment. It's not this. It was not the part of the meditation that every day we did. It was about the understanding or questioning if we are really coherent in each one of the topics that we talked about. Okay, that's the real alignment, to be coherent. So once I can relate that I am doing what I feel, and what I feel is what I think, so I am in the process of being coherent, that means that the meditation has been working. So it's the moment to start action, and that's to make an activation. Hmm? To make an activation is to start to share your coherence, is to start to share what you are feeling, doing, and thinking, to start to be an actor in all this with others. So why I am saying that in February we are going to activate, we are not going to work with alignments, we are not going to work with the meditation. I am speaking about activation because all this process previous to arriving to Egypt is what we call meditation. It's those 5 minutes a day that we have to think about the note that we represent, the letter that we represent, to think about how it resounds with me, how can I work with that, what do I have within related to that. So it's to think about all that, and the alignment is what we are doing now, is to think if we are coherent with that, if we have these things integrated in myself, if the action that I will going to take by going to Egypt is related to what I feel or what I think. Okay, so all the process of alignment and meditation are the ones that will take me to Egypt. This is why there we will only work with activation. Okay, which will be to work with the others, to share with the others, to go to the pyramid, to expand what we have within. Okay, that would be the activation. So remember, the easiest way in which we will be able to do the activation is by thinking in the image of Earth that is doing exactly these 3 stages. So first thing to know, Earth only exists because of the middle, because of the center, the core. So everything that is around is setting its pressure towards the core of the Earth. So basically everything external makes the internal possible. That's to go to the center. So the image of Earth meditating is how everything from the outside is making able the Earth to exist because of its core. That's why the Earth meditates. So that's a check. The second thing that the Earth does is aligning itself. How? By finding a north and a south. How does the Earth find an axis, a line? Easy, by the meditation. It's because of the core of Earth that creates a magnetical field around that orders its magnetism into a positive and a negative, like a magnet, that helps us find where is the north and where is the south. So that's how the center of the Earth, the meditation, help us find the axis because of the magnetism. Okay? So this is why the Earth also aligns itself through the meditation by being coherent. And the third thing is that the Earth activates. How does activate? By movement. So the Earth spins in its own axis, allowing life, allowing evolution by the action. So in the surface, life is possible because of the movement. So from where is coming this action of movement? From an axis that was created because of the inner strength. So this is the image that we all must have in order to find our purpose, or our strength for the activation in Egypt, which will be by finding our core, our inner self, looking for a north and a south, and from that start to move. So keep this in mind. So let's go to the concrete task. Bien. So this that I'm going to explain is something that I will guide in Egypt after 4 p.m. every day of the gathering. Okay, so I will guide all this, so don't worry. But this alignment and so, but it's better for you to already know what is going to happen, so you are not lost in the moment of activation. Those who are from the Ether group, this will be in YouTube, so you will be able to follow it through YouTube. So don't worry, you can do it wherever you are. So basically what we are going to do in this activation will be to become, all of us, the Earth. During this alignment and activation, we all are going to become the Earth. We will have to work with this, activating ourselves like the planet. But we will have to find our north. So how are we going to find which is our node? Well, that would be our node, the node that we represent. Okay? So pay attention to this. You will have south and north in yourself. So the south node will be the letter of your group. Okay? The letter of your group will be the south. So the group, the 32 people that has the letter Ma, M, okay? The letter Ma will be the portal. So letter M is the portal. Is the portal. So the south part, the south node will be the letter that you belong to, which is that way, the portal. And the north node will be the node that you have. For example, Baikal, Sumatra, Hawaii, Galapagos, whatever node you have, whatever node you have, if you are water or fire group, you will have a node. Okay, so that will be your north. So, and the letter will be the south. So let's do it. The south, for example, for the group M will be portal. So my south is M, which is the portal. So I am the portal of Baikal, which is my north. I am the portal of Sumatra. I am the portal of Galapagos. I am the portal of Noronha. Okay, so that's how it will work. The south will be the letter you belong to, in the group you belong, and the north will be the node that you represent in the group if you are fire and water. Okay, so for the coordinators that are listening to me, remember, during my activities in the evening, the south node that we will work with is the letter of your group. Okay, and the north node will be the 32 that you belong to. Okay, so whoever node is for you, you will have that as your north. So remember, south node is below your feet, under your feet, and the north is in your above your head. Okay, so south the letter, north the node. So the group Earth, those who are coming for Earth, for the group Earth, you will have your northern node with the north of the planet and the southern with the south of the planet, the physical planet. So you will have to align with that. So in the event when we do this work, the group Earth will be seated facing with your eyes to the north and your back to the south, and you will be holding the axis of the planet during the event. Okay, so during this activation you will be that axis. Okay, only the group Earth will be aligned with exactly the planet Earth with its north and the south. South Antarctica, north the Arctic Ocean. Okay, so group Air, the group Air that will be there in Egypt will be moving around. They won't have a north or south. They will be moving in between the rest of the people, like dancing, like moving your hands, but walking in between each one of the people that will be around. So the work is to distribute all the energy of each one of the axes towards all the planets. That's why those who are in the whole of the event, the air group will be moving around. Okay, that's the task. So keep that in mind. Distributing all the axes around the planet. So what are the ether group going to do? The ether group will be dancing in circles. The task of the ether will be to dance in circles, without any north and south related to any node. It will be free, but you will have a specific task to do, which I will explain now, like the Sufi dance. So don't laugh at me. See? With your left hand, you will receive the information. With the right hand, you will give the information. Recibo arriba, doy abajo. I receive from above and I give below. From heaven to earth. So the first thing we are going to do is the ether group is to expand like this with your arms and start to spin towards the left, like the earth, towards the left. Everyone clear? What is the left? Okay, so we turn left and we start to spin. So once we gave a lot of spins like this, turns like this, once we feel it, we start to move slowly our hands to connect heaven and earth with an axis. So the first thing is important to know this. ether group is free, is freedom, is the essence. So it's not that you have to be like this, or no, you can dance faster, spinning like really fast, or just very slow, doing this the times that you want. Feel free to do however you like it, but at least a few times you have to end up like being in an axis, and then you can move again and feel free. Okay. um, but feel free for that. um, yeah, the first and most important thing for you to do is that you um, turn this spinning in a way of meditation where it doesn't matter what is around, you just have to concentrate in yourself and to feel yourself. Hmm? So this is the practice that we will do every one of the days for the group ether, because the real and powerful activation will be done the 22nd in the evening. Okay. So what are we going to do the 22nd? The 22nd, we will receive all that data, doing the spinnings, all that data from Egypt to your heart. Put all the unconditional love that you could possibly feel, and then spread it again as a perfume for the territory you live in. Hmm? Let's do it. Very easy. We spin like this all the times that we need, doing the movements once again. We find the axis. We do this many times, like a meditation. So all the times that you need it, it can be fast, it can be slow, it can take hours, it can take 5 minutes. It doesn't matter, but just do the spinning, constantly moving, okay? Opening, going to the center, opening again, all the times that you need. So the easy thing to do is that once you have the axis, once you have found the axis of your spinning, like the earth, you start to open your arms as much as possible, like if you are trying to hold the entire planet, receiving all the energy from Egypt and everywhere in the network, and you spin as much as you can, trying to hold all that in your hands, and then softly you start to bring it all to your heart, and you spin with your hands in your heart, like very loving, like if you have a child, a baby in your heart, and there you put all the love possible, all the possible love that you could feel, unconditional love for everything, and you keep doing that until you spread it again as a dancing towards the entire planet again in the network, wherever you are. You can do this all day, the whole day, or you can just do it 5 minutes, but at least do it, okay? It doesn't matter if you are with your eyes open or however, this is free, this is ether, so you just feel free feel the connection, just move around, try to feel the energy. If you need to close your eyes in order to concentrate better within yourself, but just remember, you are holding the planet and receiving all that with love. You are receiving this with your entire love, like if it is a baby. Okay, so so that's the important thing to understand. You are like you have to feel like you're the mother or the father of that energy with all the love, and then you set that free for the ether. Okay, so remember that we are all going to be spinning towards the left because it's how the earth spins. Okay, so we are moving like the planet is doing. So remember that we are going to use a specific music for this. So so you will be able to listen to it because we will be doing that music live and live streaming, so you can hear it. And we, of course, we will try to put that in the internet, so you can listen to it and connect with us in the same moment with the same frequency and music. Okay, of course that is much better if you listen the same music that we are going to use. It's not that I like the most this music, no. We are going to do a work all together, so it's better if you listen the same musics at the same time, so we are all in the same frequency, in the same resonance. Remember that we are working with frequency, so we all have to be tuned in the same resonance. Okay, so if you listen to other songs in another moment, so it's not matching with the task that we are aiming to do. Okay, so it's good for you to connect in that specific moment with the same music as we all are going to do. Let's try to do it at the same time that we all going to do it, so we are all around the world in the same resonance. Remember this, that we will try to be all tuned in the same moment. So in the website, for sure, we will put the music at the right hour, which will be 6 p.m. Egypt time. Okay, so in that moment, we will start with the 2 or 3 hours alignment. Yeah. So 6 p.m. Egypt time. So some people are asking, what can I do so I don't get dizzy for so much spinning? Well, you can get dizzy if you put your axis outside of yourself. If you close your eyes and go within, there's no dizziness because you are putting your axis in yourself. But if you just open your eyes and watch something like a window as a way of finding your axis, so that's the moment when your brain will be like crazy. Okay, your mind will try to find an axis, but it's not like that. So what you can do is to close your eyes and practice closing your eyes and finding your own axis. When you spin like that, you won't lose your axis, you won't get dizzy. So you have to practice this. But then when you want to stop, you never stop spinning. What you do is to slowly start to slow down your movement, very slow. So you're spinning like this, so you start to spin slower and slower and slower, slower and slower, until you just slightly move around yourself, your own axis, and slowly you start to stop. And when you feel that you already can stop, your brain is much more concentrated in yourself, then you sit down in your floor and start to do breathings to concentrate where you are. Okay, so that's how you won't get dizzy. So this is important to understand, that meditation, alignment, and activation are the things that we are going to be working in the evenings in Egypt after your works with the coordinators in the morning. What we are going to do every evening is to practice this meditation, alignment, and activation, but I am not going to explain all this again. That's why I'm explaining all this now, so you can check it, you can see it again, once and again, so you can get ready for that moment, because I will just go around this and then we will go to practice. Some tips to have in mind regarding all this. So the first thing to know is that what we are going to do in Egypt is very unique. And around the 80% of what we are going to do in Egypt is forbidden. And this is so difficult that I want to thank everybody in the organization, because everybody is doing everything as much as they can in order for us to be able to do this. It's not like we are organizing something in Argentina or the States. spirituality is very restricted in Egypt, so you are not able to do spiritual things in the temples like meditation. So it's also important to know that, well, you can arrange stuff to do as meditation when you are a small group, but we are going to be 1,500 or more. So 1,500 for sure. That's huge. And the place where we are going to do this is not the private place. It's owned by the government. To be able to do this in Egypt hasn't been an easy task. That's why I am recommending to you, don't miss it, because this is unique, and it was not easy. And in the other hand, I want to ask to all of you your help, your collaboration for this to work perfectly. This is why I'm going to ask for you to do this. Please, even if you know what we are going to do there, I please ask for you to not to exaggerate spirituality and behave as artists of life. First thing I will ask to all of you, please don't dress up with white. Not even to go to the pyramid. Important. We will give you all something white for the head, for the sun, that you can use for the activities. Okay, go to the pyramid and so on. But please don't dress all in white. And maybe you can ask, but why? We can do this. And no, I ask you, really, I ask you for this. If the police sees a lot of people dressed all in white, they can come and say, you are not able to do this event, go away. And the first day of the event, we don't have nothing. Okay? So please, please, please don't go dressed in white completely. Well, you can use one part in white up or down, but not completely, please. Okay? Maybe you can wonder or ask or complain about this, but this is not like this. There's no discussion about this. So don't. Okay? Police interprets that white, all people dressing white, is spirituality. So we can have problems. Okay? So don't question about what is wrong, don't question about it. It's their belief, and it can make us really wrong, because some people dressed in white can make us closure the entire event because they believe that. Okay? Please. So important thing, again, the second thing, very important. Don't bring all this spiritual stuff that you can hang in your neck and do, I don't know, whatever, or you want to bring the cards like this or the crystal skull. No. Me, myself, will kick you out of the event if I see you with that. Okay? Don't. Because just because of that, sometimes they will closure the whole event because of that. Okay? So it's a complete no. Bring your body, which is whatever you need, is the only thing that you need to be the activator, your body and your intention. Just a tiny thing like this, it doesn't matter. A little stone in your pocket, doesn't matter. Okay? But please, we are not going to let you in the event if you bring something like that. Okay? All you need is your body and your intention. So clear. Very, very important thing, the third thing that you have to have in mind. Follow all the things that your your coordinators will do. They will do everything in a way that is not meditation. We are not allowed to meditate. We cannot sit like this to do a meditation, to put our hands like this to the sun. We are not allowed to do that. So we are doing something creative. So we are able to play, to sing, to dance, to do active meditation, but not sitting down like this. Okay? We will not do that kind of activities. Okay? Please. So try not to do it, because sometimes we weren't even able to do a meditation in a temple because some people just stare a lot to the sun. Okay? So please. So I know that we can complain, we cannot understand it, but that's how it is in Egypt. Okay? So just accept it and let's make this possible. Okay? I ask you, please, we don't want that just because of the ego of someone trying to say, no, this should be free and I should be able to do whatever I want. 1,500 people end up in the streets not being able to do what we are going to do. Okay? Please. Basically, what I am trying to say is that we have to be artistic tourism. We are artists, tourists doing art. So everything should be brought into like a play in the theater, like dancing, music, a concert. So it doesn't matter the way, it matters the goal. So so with 1,500 people is very difficult. Maybe with 100 people we can control it, but this is out of our control. This is why we are asking this, please. Okay? And if you see anybody that acts like that in the event, please help us control it, or tell anybody or explain to that person that it shouldn't be like that because of this or that. Okay? Always with love, always with respect. Another thing to know is, remember that Egyptian culture, Egyptian people, they are very aggressive in the way they expand, they explain, they talk, they behave with you, but they are the most sweet and open people you can find. They want to help you, they want to be with you, they want to make you feel comfortable, but the way they do it is very aggressive. So sometimes maybe you can feel that they are like trying to harass you in some way, but actually they are not. Okay, so just with love, with kindness, know that they are not trying to do anything wrong to you. If you are kind, they are going to be very kind. Okay, so tomorrow we will talk about the 5 elements and how can we become those elements, and what will be the task for each one of those elements. Okay, so thank you everybody for being here, and remember last week to roll into the group fire. See you tomorrow at the same time.